There is nothing wrong with your internet. Do not attempt to adjust your settings. We are controlling the podcast. We control the squealing and the screams. We can make your heart flutter, your eyes blur from tears, or sharpen your mind to crystal clarity. For the next hour, sit back. We are in control of what you hear. We repeat, there is nothing wrong with your settings. You are about to experience the awe and mystery known as the female mind. You are now entering the Fangirl Zone. Hello everyone and welcome to episode 96 of SYFY Talk on the Fangirl Zone, a podcast where we discuss shows on the SYFY channel. I'm Sean, Fangirl S.
And I'm Steve, and tonight we'll be discussing episode 9 of season 3 of Dark Matter.
Yay, Dark Matter. This was fun. This was a fun one.
Yes, this definitely was a fun episode, and we definitely needed that in this episode.
Yes, because it had some seriousness, but I felt like it had a lot more lightheartedness in this one.
Right. We know things are going to get crazy in the last couple of episodes of the season, 10 and 11 and 12, so.
Right, so we needed something.
Yes, we did. And the ratings on this one was a 0.17, adults 18 to 49, with 0.693 million viewers, jumping up to 42nd in cable shows for the night.
Not bad, not bad.
That's right. Get those numbers closer to 1 million viewers, guys.
Yes, because we want more. All right, so let's jump into episode 9. Isn't that a paradox? I just seen the title and I was like, oh my gosh. All I keep thinking is all of our other shows where paradoxes occur, or where paradoxes cannot occur because it's a fixed point in time.
Right.
I was like, dang it, they're meshing everything in it.
Yeah, we have 3 possibilities.
Yeah. So the crew attempts to run a diagnostic on the blink drive, which triggers a recall command that sends them back 600 years into the past, i.e. to the early 21st century, which 3 thinks they don't even have flush toilets.
Yeah.
The android discovers evidence of another blink drive in a small town in Wisconsin, and the crew attempts to blend into the community while searching for it. Blend in. There they find the creator of the blink drive, Professor Brophy, hiding out in the past to elude the corporations. When the local authorities find the marauder, the crew use the blink drive to send 5 back in time to earlier that same day to set up defenses so they can escape the town and return safely to the Raza and the future with the functioning blink drive. It's like Stranger Things meets Back to the Future.
Yes, it was.
It was. There was some kids in this that were working my nerves, which I said more than once. Yes. I was like, what is with these kids? I'm like, I can't deal with them. Why aren't their parents like, where are you going? Something. I don't know. It was making me crazy. But it was interesting because we seen last episode how they are attempting the diagnostic, then all of a sudden everybody kind of like goes down. Right. And they wake up and they find out the blink drive malfunctions and they have no idea where they are. And even Android went down because and this was just creepy because when she picks her head up, her eyes go black and then back to her eyes. I know it's like a reset, but it's like, oh my God, it's a demon. Okay, no. It's See, I've watched way too much Supernatural.
Yes.
That's creepy. But she says an EMP had hit somehow, self-initiated the blink drive. And theoretically, that's impossible. And yet, it happened.
Yes, here we are.
Yes, and the stars have moved. Like, what do you mean the stars have moved? And Android figures out, because she's, of course, super smart, because she's a computer, that they traveled backwards in time 600 years.
And 3 was so disappointed, because he was hoping they had traveled 600 years into the future.
Right. And I love it. Android's like, oh, maybe we can fix this. It's going to take time. But since we're low on supplies, let's go down to the only place where there's people. And I love it because they're like I said, 3, is there even like working toilets? It's like, really? 3? Yeah. And, how are we going to get on? And I loved because Android was like, oh, no. It's primitive security.
Right.
So, oh yeah, we can totally dodge them. I'm thinking, wait, don't we have satellites and shit? Because it's like now. They landed in our now, is what I'm assuming.
Right.
It was a little bit off maybe, but come on.
Yeah, just a little.
And Wisconsin, granted, I think that Wisconsin is nothing but cheeseheads and they don't know what's happening, but that's because there's the whole Chicago Green Bay thing.
Right.
But, I mean, come on. They couldn't figure this out. But whatever, they're going to go down and they take the Marauder. But before that, 3 and Sarah have to talk. And Sarah is just not happy. And I thought she was going to kind of go like crazy nutso and like do something to the ship. Because she's like, oh, you're going to meet somebody. You're going to be down on the planet. You're going to live there. You're not going to come back. Or it's going to be less and less. And then you're going to feel guilty. And I'm like, whoa.
Yeah. Slow your roll there, Sarah. Calm down. Calm down.
It's like, we're trying to figure this out. There's like a blink drive there. We might be able to go back quick, but let me figure this out. Because I swear, she was starting to talk faster. I'm like, oh, that's when girls get really crazy.
Yes.
I know. I've been there. I did that yesterday, as a matter of fact, and that's because of a migraine. I was like nutso crazy yesterday, so I get it. I sounded like Sarah.
Yes.
So I just went to sleep. It was safer that way.
Yeah.
But I love it because Android is like trying to prep everybody, giving them outfits and whatnot, and she's listening to music of the period.
Right.
Which is hilarious, watching her like dance. And yes, again, that's in quotes.
Yes. Groove into the music.
I'm like, okay, she's supposed to be headbanging, swaying. What is happening exactly? And what did 3 say? What are you listening to? Classical music? I'm like, wait, what?
Yeah.
Not classical.
No. You have no idea what you're talking about.
What do they call classical music then, that far in the future? Yeah. It's like ancient ruins? I don't know. That would be so weird to find out. But Android, it seemed like really excited. But what I did not understand, why didn't she turn on her like human circuit?
Well, it got damaged as well.
Oh, did it? I didn't realize that.
Yes.
Okay. I had not realized that because I figured that would definitely be the thing for her to do.
Right. But no, it also got damaged by the EMP. And so.
Oh, see, I didn't realize
it's not working properly either.
Okay. But yeah, she was super excited when she's talking about, okay, I rented a house, we got a car, and I got a great deal on it. We got extra miles. It's like, wait, what? And then their outfits, which was funny too, but I kind of felt like they could have pretty much wore what they were wearing and it wouldn't have been a big deal. Right. I guess maybe 2, because 2 is supposed to be a soccer mom named Elaine. So that was fun.
Yeah, a leather coat on her soccer mom, not so much.
But, I mean, the rest of them, I think would have been mostly fine. But 3 is Mitch. He's a slob, which I thought was hilarious when she's going around basically saying, okay, you're you, and you are a slob. And I'm like, he didn't change. It was perfect.
No, it didn't even faze him. He just...
Like, whatever. And he had to take his big gun, which I thought was funny. It's very, Jane of him, is what I kept thinking. He's going to be Elaine's husband. 5 is their goth chick daughter, which she could have wore exactly what she wears and still could have done the same thing.
Yes.
And her name is
Gotta love an apple.
What? Apple? You really get a weird name. And, okay, this one killed me. When 6 is a salary man named Melvick. What? What's a salary man? What? I'm assuming she meant businessman and...
Yeah, a professional.
Yeah. And then she is an utterly mobile suburban professional named Rihanna, who's married to 6. And I'm like, oh, good Lord. How did you pick out these titles and names?
Way into this, way too much.
Oh, shoot. It was funny. It was really funny, especially because at one point they meet the neighbors and she decides, okay, we have to go to this thing and socialize. I need cookies. I need to bake. You need to buy me supplies. It's like, wait a second. What? Android is like, wait, and seriously, they can load up on supplies that they have no chance of getting in the future. Right. So I'll definitely be loading up. Be like, we're going grocery shopping, guys.
Yeah. We need cases and cases of real coffee.
Right? And butter. And potatoes. Just regular potatoes. But their neighbors come over and, okay, really, they brought a pie. Now, come on. Now, at least they explain it, because I'm like, who the hell brings pie to their neighbors? Oh, right. New neighbors, let's take pie. What? At least, she says, oh, well, there's a bake sale, so I had made some. I thought I'd bring one by for you. It's like, okay, that's nice at least. But the kid is like, from across the street. And he's like, can I go to the bathroom? I really need to go to the bathroom. It's an emergency. You live across the street. Go back.
Right. Go home and use the bathroom.
But they're like, okay. So he runs upstairs, and he's going through the bags. The little snot. Seriously? Yeah. Come on. That made me crazy. Again.
Well, and if 3, I think it was 3, couldn't lift the bag of weapons out of the minivan, and so the android had to do it. So, of course, that got the kids curious as to what the hell's going on.
Well, the kids were like, oh, maybe they're cannibals. Maybe they're just, what? These are not the thoughts that go through my head. Spies. Right. When there's new people moving in, not the thoughts that I have.
No.
So it was funny.
You guys just watch E.T. or something?
Right? But, like I said, Android's like, okay, we have to figure out where we can find the blink drive. It's weak. We'll split up. Oh, yeah, here, take this. And like I said, go shopping for me.
Yeah, here's my grocery list. What was it? 2% milk. And she was getting extra points or something. And, it was absolutely hilarious to hear her say that in Android's voice.
Right.
Even.
Yeah, that was great. And I need salted butter. But as they go, and 2 and 3, I love it because they're like, all right, well, 3, of course. Did you get anything? No. Did you get anything? Come on. We need to go further. And 2, oh, maybe we should check in here in the chocolate shop, because obviously that's where they would be hiding out with the blink drive. And then funny, because they're sitting down drinking their hot chocolate, and all of a sudden, there's a puppy, and what do? Come on. If you like dogs, you're going to be like, puppy! And like playing, and Sue's like, maybe we should get one. We should totally get one. It would totally raise morale for everybody, the crew. And 3's like, no, we're not getting a dog. And I had to tweet out because it was so funny. I'm like, are you sure you're not married?
Right.
Seriously. That was great with the back and forth about the dog. And it wasn't even that long of a moment, but I just thought, that's reality right there. But what are you going to do with a dog in space in 600 years?
Right. And of course, that dog was Melissa's.
Was it?
Yes.
Oh, that's awesome.
Is
her dog now part of a SAG? I mean, it's like, is that how that works?
Yeah. All that talent runs in the family, I guess.
Right. Oh, but it was really cute because 3 was all like, I miss seeing you like this because you just have a better personality. You're just lighter attitude right now. And
I wanted to go, all right, 3, time out, stop.
I felt like it was kind of flirting.
Have you ever seen 2 with a lighter attitude?
Right? But I kind of felt like it was flirting, and I'm like, oh, what's happening? I was kind of freaking out. I got nervous. Right. Because what if somehow Sarah's like watching this?
Right, because, they have had a relationship. And you kind of go, let's not go there again.
Right. But he's like, come on, we're a team. Okay. I don't know if I can deal with lighter 3, though.
Right.
Unless he's singing in French.
He finally found the thing to say to 5.
Yeah, that took a while.
Yeah. But he hit a home run with 2.
Yeah.
First time up.
You never know how long he's been practicing that in his head, too.
Right. Well, to see 2 being happy and even talking like, I could stay here, it was so awesome to see her finally be able to relax a little bit.
Right. Because they don't feel like there's anybody there trying to kill him.
Right. Or after him. And if somebody does, then it can't be as bad as what they've been dealing with.
True. Because you don't have the entire corporations there.
Right.
Well, shall we go to the party?
Let's party, all right. Oh my God, that was so hilarious.
Oh, that's great. Well, since they couldn't find anything, they go head over to the party with the cookies. The android is like, well, how many people are here? Okay, you get precisely this many cookies.
Right, 1.7 cookies per person.
What? It's like, okay then.
Yeah. Everybody's got to go, I'm not so sure about this woman here. She's a little weird.
And, they're being asked, what do you do? And 2 and 3 are standing there like, oh yeah, we're hired guns. And 2's like, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
She gives him that look, and he's like, freelancers, yeah. And she's like, yeah, import-export, yep, that's it. Mostly import. But 3, keeps trying to almost undermine everything she's saying.
Right.
As he's holding, a bowl of chips that he just took off the table.
And he grabs, yeah.
Yeah, apparently they're going to load up on junk food is what I figured before they really leave the planet. It's like, oh yeah, let's take some Cheetos and Doritos. Guessing they don't have that in the future, but I'm thinking you guys are loading up on that. Just throwing that out there.
Right. And even though 6 does probably the best job of socializing out of the entire group.
Oh, yeah. About stuff that he has no idea what it is.
No idea whatsoever what football is.
I love it. He's like, what is he talking about? But he faked it. I feel like that's
extremely well.
Every person who has no clue what the other, the sport is the other person's talking about. It's like, oh yeah. He did good. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah. Though the android didn't fare quite as well.
Oh no. I kind of felt bad for her.
Yes.
And this
extremely.
I wish it's, it had her chip been working. Maybe she could have been like, oh, I work for one of the studios. I happened to see it, cause she just spilled everything on this finale of what I'm assuming is a soap opera.
Yes, has to be.
And the women are looking at her like, what are you talking about? That hasn't hair. And she's like, oop.
Yeah.
Okay, bye. Yeah, just
slinks off.
Just turns around, walks away. It's like, yeah, she could have been like, yeah, I'm sorry. It was crazy. I had a screener and I thought it was already aired. I'm sorry.
Yes.
Something along those lines, but it didn't work out so well.
And they gave her the look as she walked away.
Right? Oh, you know how women get.
Uh-huh. You do not spoil their shows.
No. I know I will be ticked, but it is what it is. If you're, unfortunately, you stay off social media if you haven't watched it, it's a little different in this case.
Right.
But everything kind of comes to a halt when 2 and 3 are being introduced to a physics professor who dropped his wine glass and then kind of runs away. I'm like, what the hell just happened?
Yeah.
So I was thinking it was some kind of, he knew who they were and it was some kind of disguise thing. So they had no idea who the guy was.
Right. But he knew who they were and it scared the crap out of me.
They're like, what the heck? And actually, I have to say, I think out of all of them, 6 did really good, but I think 5 did even better. Blending. 5 was just blending with the kids, so I thought she was great. So, we had the android leave the party to find out what happened because there was a perimeter alert that went off?
No, that happens a little later. Oh. Android left the party to go run a recognition search.
Oh, yeah.
To see if she can identify the physics professor.
Oh, right. And the nosy kids followed her.
Yes.
How does she not notice them following her?
That's a really good question. Her guard must have been really down after she hacked in and was able to do all the stuff she did. She probably figured there's almost no intelligent life on this planet to not even notice that there's 3 kids on bikes following her.
I just want to know, she's doing presumably 35 miles an hour. These kids must be hauling ass on those bikes.
Yeah.
Or there's one road in and out of town. I don't know.
Right. I'm sure it was a small town, but not that small.
Right. Well, Android couldn't get a match. But she has an address.
Yes. So 2 and 3 go to investigate the professor's house. 5 takes some time out to hang with Jake as she has discovered his video gaming system and has helped herself to it and impresses him by reaching a level that he has not reached before and offers to give him some pointers.
Yeah, I love it. 'Cause she's like, wait, how'd you fix the controller? She's like,
Yeah.
I'm good at that stuff. So how often have you played? She's like, never. And he's like, what?
Yeah.
Yeah. Again, the kid's like, I can't believe this girl is doing so much better than me. But at this point, does he think she's an alien? Or he doesn't know yet?
No, he's already seen the ship.
Okay, I couldn't remember.
Yeah, he's seen the ship, so yeah, and of course the other two kids come in and they're horrified that he's sitting there playing video games with her, afraid that they're going to take him away and do experiments on him or something.
Right, like, what are you doing? I'm like, what?
Yeah, I'm chilling with an alien chick.
Yeah.
Look at me, I'm cool.
Like, what? Whatever. Yeah, and 2 and 3, I love it, in the secret lab. It's like crazy mad scientist stuff happening down there.
Yes.
And find the second blink drive and get knocked out because, again, they get electrocuted. Oh. And this, okay, now is when the proximity alarm goes off. Okay.
Yes. And of course, because 2 and 3 took the minivan, 6 has to go check it out using Jake's bike.
Yeah. He looked just so awesome riding this little kid's bike. Oh, man. But the friends are like, oh, dude, I had to tell my dad because I was late. And then my dad called the sheriff. So it might not be so good.
Yeah.
And really? Okay. This is, again, where I got a little irritated. Because when 6 rolls up on the Marauder, all of a sudden, all these cops come out of nowhere. And they're pointing a gun at him. Why are they all pointing a gun at him? He could have, like, played it off, you know, like, we're doing a movie set, you know, anything. But these guys are like, don't move. The FBI is coming because we sent them a picture. Okay, again, somehow I don't feel like the FBI is going to be coming out there because you sent a picture.
Right.
Which, again, we have to just take kind of things, Hollywood doing what they do, but...
Yeah, they should have said, Mueller and Scully are coming in shortly.
That would have been awesome.
Yeah.
But 2 and 3, hey, they wake up, yay, tied to a chair. And it was so funny because Anthony Lemke had tweeted out, I never met a chair I didn't like. Because somebody's like, why have you been tied up so much this season to different chairs? It's like, yeah, think about that. It's like, wait, how many times has that happened already this season? Is it like 3, 4 already? So yeah, maybe he's just like, oh, hey, cool, I haven't been in that one. Tie me to that chair. But the professor decides to monologue. And it's like, I am from the future. Who sent you? What are you talking about? And we find out the professor was one of the original programmers.
Right.
And
the original one developed the blink drive for a separate corporation.
Yes.
And was so afraid that it was going to be used in the wrong way.
War.
Yes. And basically put in a recall program in that blink drive and used the second blink drive to escape to the past.
Which was great.
So it wasn't a real bad guy.
No. Scientist
for once.
But I guess it could have depended, because what if it was one of the big, like, warships?
Right.
Then what? Then you have the paradox that they're talking about. If it wasn't our crew and it was, in fact, like a warship, and for whatever reason they fired on the planet, they could have ceased to exist.
Yes.
So, thankfully, that didn't happen. But you still had, and again, it's funny, you still had 5 who was like, wait, but what if we were supposed to come to the past and we influence something, but what if we screw something up? And instead, it's like, okay, listen, yes, I get it, butterfly effect. But you need to set your head straight because you're kind of getting all crazy, too. What if I find them and I can't find you again? But she figures out what she has to do. Since they can't all go back in time. And, you know, she, of course, her and 5 and Android got there in time to rescue 2 and 3. The numbers always screw me up, you know that.
Yes.
They're like, okay, 6 is with the cops. The Marauder is surrounded by cops, too. What are we going to do? All right, send me back in time and I'll set up a trap. But, and then she's like, wait, I'm here. Does that work? I don't know.
Yeah.
Quit doubting everything.
Yes.
Because that's when things get crazy. But lo and behold, she's able to do it. And again, turns out she is the one that set off the proximity alarm. But they
got
set
6
it up.
Trouble.
Right. they set it up so that it'll like knock everybody out. Like all the cops around there so they can get out, which is great. But they also tell the professor, it's like, we're taking this because we're going home. Bye.
Yeah.
Now, the professor chooses to stay in the past, which it is way better than what they're dealing with corporations.
Right. And actually, he wants to go further back in the past.
Well, I thought he was only going to go further back because of the blink drive.
Right.
So, do you think that him being there was going to help and like kind of push everything where it needed to be?
I'm sure, seeing that he was a physics professor, it would have been very easy for him to influence enough teenagers into wanting to explore space travel and all this. So it's very possible that he actually influenced Jake, let's say, to develop, to write sci-fi, and his granddaughter ends up designing the FTL drive.
Which was crazy.
Yes.
Because of the stories. So, like I said, they spring 6, which, let me tell you, 3 has no problem shooting anybody, does he?
No.
I'm assuming it was some kind of stun.
Right.
But just, like, zaps a cop. It's like, what the hell? So, yes, like I said, 5 had kind of zapped all the cops, so they managed to get on board. But she's saying goodbye to Jake, and he's like, let me go with you. And obviously, she knows that could screw up a whole lot of things.
Yeah.
I was just freaking out that I was going back an hour. So, yeah, no.
No.
That would be worse.
But I love you.
Right? It's like, oh, God. Puppy love at its finest in a day and a half.
Right.
But she's like, oh, maybe somebody is right here waiting for you. And then she kind of looks, and he's like, ew, that's my cousin.
Yeah.
Which I thought was hilarious.
Yes. No, not that one.
Yeah.
No.
Maybe I was talking about him. I don't know. So that he gives her his backpack that has his video game system.
Right.
I can't believe they don't have video games in the future. How much does that suck?
Yeah, big time. And she, of course, kisses him on the cheek.
I know, and a lot of people are like, what is with her kissing people goodbye?
Yes.
Whatever.
One older and younger, and
yeah, because she says she's 7 years older than him?
Something like that,
and
yes.
Did we ever get their age, since you and I are still trying to figure out like her exact age? I don't remember them saying how old the kids were.
No.
Dang it.
But they had to be almost a teenager. They had to be 12, 13 is what I was thinking, maybe even 14.
Okay. All right, so pretty much in the age range that we were thinking then.
Right, which would make 5, 19, or 20.
Okay. Well, they make it back to the future, past, present. But Sue's like, okay, it is too dangerous to keep this operational. What can we do? Well, the recall could happen again, and then they could end up in the past again because we don't know what the professor's doing.
Right.
So we'll only use it in case of emergencies. Well, that works out all the time, doesn't it?
Yeah, that's just waiting for trouble to happen.
Right. Well, like you said, at least we find out that they didn't screw history up too bad. Everything's the same. Space chatter is happening. Space chatter, whatever. Subspace, however you want to say it. And Jake's an author and inspired his great-granddaughter to invent the FTL travel, so that way they are where they're at. So they would have had to go back in time in order to get this to happen.
Right.
So yay. And we get about 2 seconds of Rio, which I could have done without Rio, honestly.
Yes. This put a real damper on the whole episode.
Right? Because then you also see Commander Neiman, #stupidface, and suddenly the new allies. It's like, oh, look it, there's Portia and Marcus. But it's not. It's our faux Portia and faux Marcus.
Yes.
They're like, we should work together. Let's see what happens. Muhahaha. Insert evil laugh and stroking the mustache evilly.
Yes.
Just wear black hats. It would just make things easier for us.
So, yeah, exactly. But that makes things even worse because if Rio does get his hands on the blink drive, it's a fully functional blink drive.
Right. So it's like, come on, just destroy it. It would be safer for everybody.
Yes. And it may come to that.
But things are good on the Raza for...
Give it to Sarah.
Oh. I don't know, because she's been kind of crabby, so it might not be a good idea.
That's true, too.
Because things are good, though, for now on the Raza, because 2 figured out SYFY figured out how to hook up the video games into their new kind of power grid. And 2 and 5 are playing and just laughing. But, of course, nothing will stay the same. Does it ever?
No, never. Nothing lasts long in space.
That's why it's a good thing they didn't bring a puppy.
Yes.
But I hope they got junk food. Because Android gets a distress call from Victor. Well, somebody needs her help. What now? And all I kept thinking is the episode where she went forward and there was what was it? I can't remember what they called it, but there was like an Android war.
Right.
It's like, oh, crap. No. You're killing me, guys. There's too much going to happen. I can't keep it straight.
When she actually ends up meeting her creator, and we see the scene where she's taken apart piece by piece almost.
I don't want that. I don't want to see that.
No.
You can't see that. Oh, gosh. So it's crazy because they've kind of like set you up where the things that they said in that episode where like you have like the androids happening and the ships happening and the fall of the house. It's like, oh crap. How are you doing this, Sess? Are you just throwing this out like, oh, I'm just going to pepper this in and see whose head explodes first is what I feel like. Oh my gosh, Steve. I don't know. They're putting too much out there. I'm going crazy.
Yes. Of course, they did a Facebook Live today as well.
Oh, did they? I missed it.
Yeah. I didn't catch any of it either, but
I wonder if they talked about...
It's going to get crazy.
Talked about the possibility of the next season. That would be awesome.
Yes. Well, we've got both executive producers of Killjoys and Dark Matter pumping renewal for each other's show like crazy. So
good.
Yes.
Hopefully they'll listen.
Yes. We need a double announcement so both of them get renewed.
Yes. Tell us now.
SYFY.
Tell us now. All right. Well, we hope you're enjoying the show, and we ask that you rate and review us on iTunes and all the platforms that you're finding us on. And, of course, we want to hear from you, so make sure you check out www.fangirlzone.com. Our contact page is there. You can tweet with us, not text us, sorry. No. You can email and send us messages on Facebook, and you can leave a message on our website. So we do want to hear from you. So please contact us. So for this episode of Sci-Fi Talk, I am Sean, Fangirl S.
And I'm Steve. Remember, you're a couple, we're a couple, and you're a disaffected youth committed to sulking and avoiding all social discourse.
Until next time.